you all. Awesome job, ladies. Awesome. Our next person we will have up here this morning, we need our history of what's going on this Ladies' Day. And no one better to do this. Come on up here, sister. Oh my God. You don't have to come all the way. I'm going to let you stay here because people need to see you. Help me, go ahead. Come on. I'm going to help you too. Come on. There you go. Okay, go. Okay, I'm your help. There you go.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you something. When I was in Baltimore as a teenager,
Microphone.
put it up.
Oh, that's the help. I'm the help. Yeah, because they need to hear you all the way back.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay, I don't like to eat the microphone. When I was growing up in Baltimore, every morning at 6 o'clock, there was a guy that would come on the radio. And he had a song that he would sing. And I listened to it from the time I was probably about 16.
Sing it. Sing it.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to do that. And he would, every morning, he would say, well, hello there. How you doing? Well, I sure hope y'all are doing fine. Because all one needs to sit down and rest a while. But I'm not going to do that. Here's what I want you to do. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to, and you've already started because John, girl, y'all bad. Somebody needs to put y'all on wax. What I want you to do is, if you act enthusiastic, you're going to be enthusiastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, I want you to enthusiastically say to me, good morning.
Good morning.
It sounds so good. Oh my goodness. I am here because of my granddaughter, Kimberly Nicole Palmer. Am I smiling? Why are you clapping? Because I'm bad at it. But anyway, I agreed to do this because of her, because Kimberly is a young lady that I have seen trying to do her best to do so much in the Lord's church.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate this because all that I have done is now her legacy.
Yeah.
And a legacy is simply something that someone does or passes on from generation to generation. And I appreciate the fact that she said, well, Grandma, can you? I said, Kimberly, only because of you. I will do this. In 20, well, that wasn't 20, let me go back a little bit further. In 82, 83, when Brother Stevens laid out a plan for the Southside Church of Christ, in his curriculum was this program called the Teacher's Workshop. Anybody remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, before you all got it, so y'all got the easy part. We got the hard part. The hard part was, he didn't mind, us speaking our order, because William does not change his mind unless he really wants to. And a lot of times he makes you think he's changing it, but all along he's agreeing with it because that's what he wanted to do anyway. So he said, there's going to be a test. I said, a test? I ain't taking no test. What you mean take a test? Well, I gotta take a test to study. Well, I gotta take a test to teach. I was worried about it so much. Every time I said, bro, see, I'm not taking no test. I ain't taking no test, and I'm telling you right now. I had so much on my plate, y'all. So what happened was, Sister Stevens came and said to me one day, and she's like this. She was very quiet. She said, Arwen, I'll help you. And I'm looking at her. Okay. She said, seriously, you can do this, Arwen. You can really do this. So, with all the things that I was doing, 2 jobs, 2 boys, 2 hard-headed boys, and Bobby, and we had 2 dogs. So it was two all the way around. She said, you can do this. Well, I hear you know, I didn't get 100, but I got close to it. I stayed in the 90s. So I don't consider myself as the first teacher. I consider her as a person like Valerie Mason. Valerie Mason said, teach one, reach one, and teach again. So what she did was, she reached out to me. She taught me what I needed to know about the workshop. And then I turned around and had to teach the masses. It was never me by myself. So I do not take credit for that. Now, what I do take credit for is I was one of the lead teachers. And what happened is that as time went on, still, I had too much on my plate. So I went to Alethea and to Skeeter, and I said, listen, I can't do this. Listen, I'm coming from Raleigh every day, and then I'm going over Hillhaven in the middle of the day, and then I got to come home, I got to make sure those boys got clothes to wear to school the next day, I got to fix, I'm not doing this. So they began to work with me, and I told them, I said, listen, I just need you to do it. So for 3 months they would teach, I would teach, Skeeter would teach 3 months, Alethea would teach 3 months, but I had 6 months, understand that? Okay? Because neither one of them wanted to teach. So what happened was that we fit somewhere in there where each of us had at least 2 months to do it. And I tell you no joke, these ladies, I've never argued with them. We never had a fallout. Whatever that needed to be done in teaching, it was done. When they knew that they would look at the clock and see that the clock was getting near the time class, if I was not there by a certain time, they went on. I appreciate them over the 40 years that I have known them, over 40 years really. They have been the most instrumental people in my life, helping to make the sisters class a great place to be. Now, we started out perhaps coming to my apartment in Broadmoor. That's what the class was. I was living in Broadmoor. And we would come there on Tuesdays. And then as time went on, what happened is there was a lady that was baptized who could not get out. And so we started going to different sisters' hours and we taught. But here's what I want to share with you. The thing that impressed me is what I brought with me. And that is, when I was a teenager, Sister Faust in Baltimore, Maryland, taught out of this book. Some do's and don'ts for Christians. Okay? If you do not have this in your library, next to your Bible, you need to have this book. Because it doesn't say do's and don'ts, I'm sorry y'all, do's and don'ts for ladies. It says do's and don'ts for Christians. That means all of us need this. Fathers, mothers, daughters, everybody, we all need this. And it's one of the greatest books. I have taught this book for over 40 years. Everywhere I go, this is the one book that I will require if you want me to teach. Because it teaches everything that you need to know. How to grow, how to study, how to teach, how to keep your home peaceful, all of those things. But the last part of the book is the don'ts. And that's what we used to have the most fun. Because people you don't want to tell people what you don't do as a Christian, right? Okay, so that's the way it went. And the sisters class continued to grow. I am extremely proud of the fact that not only has that class surpassed everything we could have thought of, but this is one of the greatest congregations that has women in them. Here's what happened. Everywhere we went, North Carolina, it didn't matter. When somebody said you're from Southside, boy, grades come up. Have you all experienced that? Yeah. When you go to, what congregation are you from? They say, you say Southside. They say, oh yeah, I remember that. That's when everybody's saying all of that. You always hear something wonderful about Southside. And the ladies went to everything. We went to the very first lectureship that they had. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Now listen, I am a DJ. I didn't necessarily call myself a speaker, but I knew one thing. You cannot be a speaker unless you learn how to teach. That's in anything. You just can't be a principal or a teacher. You really do need to know how to do your job before you can ask anybody else to believe in the job that you're doing. It's like being the greatest salesman on earth. So therefore, I say to all of us, there are some things that we need to remember, and there's some things we just need to leave alone. Just keep on going. Let the church roll on. So guess what? Whether I'm here, or you're here, or you're here, or you're here, the church is going to roll on. Okay? No one Monday stops the show. Okay? And it happens that way. But Martin Luther King probably says it better. He said, if it is your lot to become a street sweeper, be the best He said, do it so well that Michelangelo could not do it better. Or Beethoven couldn't do it better. Or Shakespeare can't do it better. And that the heavens and the earth will pause for a moment. Just to say, there goes a great sweet spot. Well, I feel the same way with my teachers. If it's your lot to be a teacher in the Lord's church, be the best that you can be. And don't let nothing and no one deter you from doing that. Because it's not your gift. It was given to you as a gift. It is your ministry. And that's what the ladies' Bible class does. It is a community of women who recognize you can't do it by yourself. You can't raise your children by yourself. You can't even fall in love by yourself. Because you want to go to somebody and say, you know what, I kind of like him. And I'm one of those people like this, as you see her. I don't know what you think you're doing. She got to sit down somewhere. But the thing is, that's what we do as a teacher. That's what has to be done here at Southside and anywhere else. Be the best that you can be. Maya Angelou says it like this: when you learn, teach. When you give, get. And what she's saying is, when you give all that you have something coming back to you. And you're gonna have that. But then I think about also the fact that Dr. Benjamin Mays says, listen ladies, all we have is 60 seconds. And guess what? Eternity is wrapped up in it. So what you do with your time and the value of teaching our younger women and our little girls, eternity is wrapped up in it. Do not abuse it. Don't lose it. Because if it is to be, it is up to God and me.
Amen.
And how we carry ourselves will demonstrate to them that we're doing this one thing. It's called STE. You know what that stands for? Set the example. When they see the example, guess what they will do? They will follow you. I congratulate you on your 44th annual appreciation lectureship, whatever you want to call it. It's just 44 years of women
40.
being together acting crazy. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you don't. But it's okay. Because you ain't going nowhere without loving me.